Have you ever wondered why two people can walk into the very same town, meet the same people, yet come away with completely different experiences? Why does one person see only bitterness and conflict, while another sees kindness and joy? The answer lies not in the world outside, but in the state of our own hearts. Welcome to Buddha and Mindfulness, a place where timeless Zen stories come alive to guide us toward clarity, peace, and self-discovery. Today, we will explore a profound parable about perspective, attitude, and the invisible lens through which we color our entire world. It is a story of two travelers, two questions, and one wise master whose answers reveal a truth that can transform the way we live our lives. But before we begin, don't forget to subscribe to Buddha and Mindfulness to help us stay inspired and bring you new videos every day. Long ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by rolling hills and winding rivers, there was a Zen master whose wisdom was known far and wide. Travelers, villagers, and even nobles would come to him seeking answers about life, happiness, and suffering. His words were never complicated, yet they carried the power to change lives. One day, a man arrived at the monastery, dusty from travel and heavy with discontent. He approached the master respectfully, but with a tense expression, and asked, "Master, I am considering moving to this town nearby. Could you tell me, what is it like here?" The Zen master, instead of giving a direct answer, paused for a moment and gently asked, "What was your old town like?" The man immediately scowled, his eyes narrowing with resentment. "It was dreadful," he replied. "The people there were selfish, unfriendly, and constantly arguing. No matter where I went, I felt surrounded by negativity. I could not wait to leave that place behind." The master nodded thoughtfully, his eyes calm and compassionate. After a brief silence, he said, "You will find this town much the same." Hearing this, the man frowned even deeper. He sighed in disappointment, muttered a reluctant thanks, and walked away, his heart heavy and his hopes dashed. Not long after, another traveler arrived. His posture was upright, his face relaxed, and his eyes carried warmth. He too approached the Zen master with the same question. "Master," he said, "I am thinking of moving to this town. Could you tell me, what is it like here?" Once again, the Zen master asked, "What was your old town like?" This man's expression brightened as he recalled his memories. "Oh, it was a wonderful place," he said with a smile. "The people were kind, helpful, and full of life. I shared many joyful moments and built friendships I will always treasure. I will miss that town dearly." Hearing this, the Zen master smiled in return and replied, "You will find this town much the same." The man's face lit up with gratitude. He bowed deeply, thanked the master sincerely, and left with joy in his heart, confident about the new chapter that awaited him. The master's disciples, who had been watching these two encounters closely, were bewildered. Later that day, they approached him with curiosity and a hint of confusion. "Master," they said, "we do not understand. Two men came to you with the same question, yet you gave them opposite answers. Why?" The Zen master looked at his students kindly and replied, "Because we carry our perceptions with us wherever we go. A person's experience of a place is not shaped by the place itself, but by the attitude they bring to it. The first man's heart is bitter, so he will always find bitterness. The second man's heart is grateful and kind, so he will always find kindness and joy." The disciples were silent for a moment, letting the lesson sink in. The truth was simple, yet profound. This story carries a timeless teaching. The world we see is a reflection of the world we carry within. When we look at life with anger, resentment, or suspicion, we will find reasons to confirm those feelings wherever we go. But when we approach life with gratitude, compassion, and openness, we naturally discover beauty, kindness, and joy around us. It is as if each of us wears a pair of invisible glasses. If the lenses are stained with bitterness, everything will appear dark and hostile. If the lenses are clear and filled with light, the world will appear warm and welcoming. This truth is not limited to towns or places. It applies to relationships, careers, and even spiritual practice. If we enter a friendship with distrust, we will see betrayal even where there is none. If we step into a new job with negativity, we will only notice the flaws and challenges. But if we choose to begin with openness and goodwill, we create the space for positive experiences to flourish. Think about your own life for a moment. Have there been times when your attitude shaped your experience more than the situation itself? Maybe you walked into a room expecting criticism, and so every word sounded harsh. Or perhaps you entered a gathering with joy, and suddenly everyone seemed friendlier and warmer. The Zen master's wisdom reminds us that true transformation begins within. If we want peace, we must first cultivate peace in our hearts. If we want love, we must nurture love inside ourselves. And if we want kindness, we must practice kindness in our daily actions, no matter how small. Changing perspective is not about denying difficulties or pretending life is always perfect. It is about choosing to meet life with a mindset that uplifts rather than drags us down. A grateful heart will still encounter challenges, but it will also find meaning, strength, and unexpected blessings. So the next time you find yourself frustrated with your surroundings, pause and ask, am I carrying bitterness with me, or am I carrying gratitude? Remember, the world mirrors the state of your own heart. If we cultivate peace within, we will discover peace everywhere. If we choose kindness within, kindness will greet us wherever we go. And if we nurture joy within, joy will blossom around us like springtime flowers. Thank you for joining us today on Buddha and Mindfulness. May this story inspire you to look inward, to nurture the qualities of love, gratitude, and compassion, and to see how these inner seeds transform the world you live in. Subscribe to Buddha and Mindfulness to continue this journey of wisdom, where every story is a step toward a calmer mind and a more peaceful heart. Remember, when you change your perspective, the world around you will transform.